What happened when complaints about this practice launched into public view? Once again, Arnold feedback on his whole playbook. He spent whatever it took to make them go away. In late in late 1999, the grassroots organization Accord picked 20 American officers, accusing it of deceptive lending tactics. Americans responded by committing to fund in Accord originated 30-year fixed rate loans. Accord stopped paying. Very few of the loans were overmade. A group of Americans borrowers filed a class action lawsuit in the lawsuit against the company. The fears of many in settling, Americans agreed to pay up to $50 million in reimbursement. 3 years later, the state of Connecticut charged Americans with violating a state law rather than refinancing. The company paid to settle the charge. Connecticut announced a second settlement over the same issue. Americans blamed the problem on new employees who didn't know the rules. In spite of $7.25 million to move on, Roland was not a cheapskate, says Greenling's Robert Neistam. He spent money if he would be helpful. Has Americans become the country's dominant subprime lender? Arnold himself became extraordinarily wealthy in he made the Forbes list of richest people in America with a net worth of $2 billion. The following year, the magazine estimated his net worth at $3 billion, ranking him 73rd on the list. He did with Yahoo co-founder David Filo by 10. He and his second wife, Dawn Arnold Horner, then agreed compound in Los Angeles, and ranches spent snuggled between two ski resorts. The former property had been owned by Sonny and Cher in the 1970. The latter was the second most expensive home in the country, according to a list compiled by Forbes magazine. It cost a small $46 million. Throughout it all, he never changed. Although Americans had a far higher profile than Long Beach ever had, Arnold himself remained in the shadows. His companies never went public. Others served as their chief executives. He remained ever demanding, yet ever gracious, respectful. Even if the company monitors, the wealthier he got, the more he spent on kite philanthropy and on political contributions, mainly to Republicans. And from his office in ACC's Bland 12-story headquarters in Orange County, the epicenter of the subprime industry, he never ever spoke about the practice that permitted the branch office. Headquarters, in fact, acted as if the company were a paragon of subprime virtue, rather than a place that was with slates and fraud. And Julie, for instance, America's publicity culminated to the set of best practice, which included promise to to let 2 years pass before refinancing any loans and to refrain from offering loans with balloon payments and negative amortization. The following year, American's chairman Stephen Brock testified before the Senate Banking Committee, American Quest, and being invited to testify because many in Washington consider it Ameriquest a model supreme lender, yet the evidence suggests that the best practice were mainly honored in the breach. One example, after an exhaustive analysis of public records, the Los Angeles Times determined that nearly 1 in 9 Ameriquest mm, Ameriquest's mortgage was a refinancing of an existing Ameriquest loan less than 24 months old, precisely what the company had promised it wouldn't